we go. Dun, 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 dun. We're 6 minutes late.
Yeah, well, you were bullshitting.
Yeah, that's all right. No, I'm just kidding. All right, here we go. Who's going to be first on? Oh, do you do a post to the members?
Yeah, but we'll see who joins without it because I'm about to do it.
Okay.
See who has our bell on so they get notified.
Yeah. I use that thing.
Oh, we got 6 watching, so we got a few.
Oh, wait, I didn't even see him. How did that happen? I don't even see him yet.
Well, there's 7. Like if you look at the bottom underneath the title.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Usually there's a little graph comes up on that thing. All right, who's on board? Oh, look at probably some members, peeps. We'll get started here shortly. Yeah, rough day in the futures markets. Up, down, all over. I should essentially flat.
Yeah, Bitcoin did what I basically. I had 2 things I thought I could do was sweep the lows or at least get close at 45.8, and then gain yearly open, which is 46.2, and then ramp up, which right now it hit the bigger golden zone and pulled back. So
yeah,
we still need to hold 46.2 at this point, or I think we could get that move down that we're looking for.
Yeah, one more flush down would be fine with me. All right.
Yeah.
What do we got? There's 11. I'm trying to get 15.
I've got a 3-month at 43.8, and that's bottom of a monthly order block. Or I could see 42, just, flush below that wick and then come back or cascade down. I mean, at this point, I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Everybody's getting frustrated, right? All the more I think it comes. There we go. Oh, there's my little chart popping up there. All right, so we got Abhishek Shaw, 8th and T. 8th and, man, we struggled in there in the futures room.
No IB trades today.
They weren't. The timing wasn't right. The whole day was a little weird, right? I mean, they were hitting the IBs at 2 minutes to 10:30, right? So the timing was off, and then it was just choppy, right? If you were trying to buy it, it was very erratic. You didn't get a power move, so it was you were scalping. It was just scalp after scalp after scalp, right? So then your fees are starting to get to be a problem. So I think I finished at minus $85, but at one point I was down close to 400.
That's all right. You had a $800 day.
I had a great day yesterday. The complete opposite yesterday. The IBs were hot. The move would come and it would react to the TA, and then you'd get 4 or 5 points, and just nothing today. Just choppy, erratic, nervous market. What do we got? There's 13. Oh no, okay, 19. I said one more, we'll get it. Oh, there we go. There's 21. All right, let me get rid of the disclaimer and we'll dive right in. All right, greetings, guys. Appreciate you guys showing up, and greetings to all those that'll join us in the later hours. So, all right, usual drill, right? You guys know, so I think it's mostly regs that are in here today. All right, we poll up the members, ask them to submit what they're interested in and why. Not always expecting an Elliott account, but I usually get one. But don't ever feel like you need to, or if you're not sure, to use some geometry or some fib plays. But always a good place to look for ideas, right? I've many ideas I've picked up from members just posting up. We go through it together, and before you know it, you're in a trade. So first up here, this is ZZ Anderson. He's been with us for quite some time, always puts up good content. Well, this looks like a solid count here. So coming off, here's COVID lows. So let's see. How do we look here? That's nice work. So 1, clear 3, 1, sideways 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? We got our count for it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's nice, right? So we get kind of a double top up here. Oh, this is a little tricky. That's probably a triangle, right? If it's this kind of shit, right? There's a good way to identify the 4, right? Are we just going sideways? That's classic. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like you maybe a slight truncation up there, but then WXY comes down. Squirt up for the top. Let me just some easy TA here. You can spot the divergence there in the RSI. Is pretty clear. Kind of thing to look for. If you spot that, all right, you have just a little more conviction in that. Looks like this, you probably got a measured move in here as well. You do. All right. Hang on. So do you see it, right? I mean, it's not a chart, not a day goes by, not a live stream goes by where I don't show that. I don't know how many times. It's literally tick to tick, right? Note, not the golden zone. Or pardon me, not the 618. It's in the golden zone, and we literally get target to the tick. Now, when you see that, I mean, these are the kind of trades that you're not always going to be there when that's happening. But when you see that, I mean, here this is a daily chart. So like we see this happening down on the 1 minute to the daily to the weekly. So it's literally a, oh shit, it looks like you got 2 in there actually. So here's, look, you got it again. Right, so here we've got second target. So this one gets it. Jesus, this is why I mean this is, you have to know what this thing has done. So we triple bottom down here. There's the first target right there. Right, so you already got that. Now here's second target. But why does it keep going? Because it's getting the target from the bigger one. Right? I mean, again, people think, well, okay, well that maybe. Everybody seems to think like, oh, it's not going to happen in my market. It won't happen in the trade I'm in. There is no time where it's not happening. All right, here it is again. I didn't pick this, right? I didn't cherry pick this. There it is again. Right, double top. Right, so here, I mean, it's just kind of what we were talking about yesterday. Worst place to enter the market. Right, there is no place worse than at a double top. Right, you're market maker bait. Oh, now of course I say that term loosely in crypto. It's the exchanges are providing the liquidity, but you're just, then here it is again. Right, so look what happens here. All right, so into a double top with divergence. That's not, but somebody bought it there. Right, what was actually there from the high? Right, when you get in this range, this is not the place to be longing ever. Now add that to it. Now, interestingly, so here, actually, let me just play this out here because here I am digressing already. Note, break, right? So it's advantage bears, right, off of the break. So it's slight, but it's enough. So when we get back up here, and essentially all we're doing is just testing these highs again. How are we going to do on the third time? Now we come down, right? Now the advantage bears gets realized here. Oh, we still don't have that target. So that target is down here. Look at that target right below the golden zone. So if this, we'll see how that plays. Is this enough of a 4, or do we have to have a little more of a 4 here? Well, we'd be watching this. I'd have to watch that. All right. So note here we're spared the. Did we overlap? Looks like we're spared it. All right. So we tag it. Right. So. So you look at it and go, okay. Oh, is it the Elliott Wave? That's keeping that from overlapping? It's just the magic of Elliott that we're not going to overlap. It's going to come, or is it just price action, right? It's prior support becomes the resistance. Well, does it really matter? Do we care? Well, we would care only if it breaks here, right? So if we're going to get a 3 here, then this would be telling, right? So we go, oh, okay, something else is going on here. So now we got to look at this as a diagonal, or an incomplete. Correction, maybe we go into more complexity, because right now you could, oh shit, we could have an ABC, we could have a AB, or fuck, what could we do here? This could turn into a double easily, right? But right now, so looking at that, you might think, well, actually, I am on a daily. We'll probably take that to a smaller time frame. Is that the 1, 2 of the 5th, right, for us to come down here? Well, do we know? Of course, we're not going to know until it resolves. But I guess what I'm trying to show to you here is that what a beautiful low risk trade. I mean, you can put that trade on short there right now. Not that I'm suggesting the trade, but just to use the example. Oh man, I get you guys stuff here. All right, if you took something like that, what's your risk reward? Oh shit, oh, I got a big one there. Let's just use golden zone. So if you get stopped out, right, are you going to get hurt? Probably not. If you get your target, you know, it's not a huge one, but 5-1. Now, for me, I don't know that that's good enough there for me to take that. I would be a little unsure about that. But if I was right here, well, let's go down to a 4, just to see what that looks like. Is there really a good 3 in there? Oh, you did give it to me in log, so I got to use a regular channel here, but that looks pretty solid. Now, does that really look like a 3? A bit of a stretch. Well, there's a good example where, you know, why take something that's kind of maybe iffy, right? Is that really a 3? You know, I always say, you know, there's so much to trade. Why take something that's not giving you just what you want, right? That's what I want, right into that structure. That's what I want. So 1, 2, well, it looks like you're already past the golden zone, so you'd be counting on the 786 to hold it. All right, 786. Now we're going. Well, you'd still have a corner pocket, right? You wouldn't have a golden, but you'd have a corner. Right? If that holds, come down here, right there. But I don't think I would take that trade because this is too ambiguous for me. I don't. Again, why? At least here's what I want. Give me this shape, right? Then now I take that here. I've got rejection wicks. Now here's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? That's what we're looking for here. We don't quite get the same thing. So why take something like, oh, well, maybe. It might be. See, it makes sense, right? Why not get what you're looking for? Again, there's so many things to trade. So I might look at this and go, maybe, right? But I'll wait and see how it resolves because really what are we looking for here is at the end of the day, we're looking for the long. All right, so if I take it back to his daily, what he's looking for, let me get this out of here. He's looking for the long. Oh, let me get your, oh shit, what do I do here? Oh, that's your trend line. Let me pull back. Okay, so the premise is here, we're in an algo box, right? So we can look at this and say, okay, much like Bitcoin, until one side breaks, we're just stuck in a range. So why do you want to trade in here? Well, ideally, if it comes down here and we break on this side, well, then you're going to have some sense of, okay, this is resolved and we're in a deeper correction. So what did we complete up here, which is the only thing ZZ didn't give me here. What did we complete, right? So we're calling this a 1. A could be B. Now we're going down for a deeper C. So you're kind of range bound here. So if it's me, right, I know this is a strong project. I want to be long here. Is that good enough to get long? You know, look at the massive RSI divergence you have down here, right? Done, like a lot of fakes, and then finally we get there. Always important to pay attention to what happens at the 50, right, with an RSI. I would tell you it's equally, if not more important to what happens when we get, you know, past 70, past 30. What happens at the 50? Now, if we keep going, then we have trending market, right? So I don't think there's a try. I don't think it's ripe. Like you're just in this box here. I'd be waiting for some resolution on this. Now he's got an entry down here on the assumption that, oh, even if we do the 4 here, we're going to hold this pivot so we can finish the impulse. Oh, we have a nice zigzag 5. Oh, how are we going to do it? I'd do it. I tell you the truth, ZZ, I might be looking here since we tripled. So now we've got the 3 that we're looking for, right? So, oh shit. That looks more like a WXY. So you probably have to go ABC, although I can see your thinking here. Although that's so deep for the 2. Well, you're kind of in a lesser of the evils, right? Is this really a 3 here? Is it? But this is clearly a 3. So maybe we've got complexity here, maybe WXY. If again, iffy. Why take, I'm not sure. Could be, right? This is clearly a 3. That looks like a good 1, 2, like a good 3. If it comes down here, I'm with you, right? If we come down here, now we'd have something interesting in the context of the entire move. So let's put the labeling on it. So we'd be down here. This would be a 1. Oh, shit. Let's try again. 1. Why am I not getting that? 1. Oh, fuck. What are we going on here? Well, here, I'll just draw it. I don't know why that's not going. If that's 1 and that's 2, I'm interested. Ideally we hold here, but there's not much there to hold it, right? You can't just go, oh, well, because it's a golden zone, it's going to hold. You'd like to see. So ideally, you'd have the golden zone a little bit lower, right? Something like that. I get a little structure, maybe even back here. If it's going to be completing, now the setup is just better. Look at all that structure we have right at the golden zone. So if you're coming down here, well, now you're thinking 1, 2, and this is just part of the same correction, right? So maybe you get your zigzag here, right? That, right? Now it's not going to go straight, right? So you're going to look for that. That's the safer one, 3. Lots of good stuff in there. For ZZ, you got to wait and see how do we look when we get down here. And again, it's context. So what do we get down here? Is this a nice clean 5? Well, it kind of looks like may not have enough legs to get there. If that's 1, 2, 3, 4, we're going to have a big extension in the 5, or it may not get there. So you might be at the 50, but hopefully you see my point here. There's no structure really to play with here, or to play off of, maybe that pivot. But this is where you really would, down here is where you'd feel really you could get more aggressive. So I think that's one for the watch list. I'd put that on my A watch list. Maybe you get one more trip down, right, and then you get it. Good one, ZZ. Good work as usual. Now, why do I know this? He's got I got to look at this. He's got CoinTrader Pro, which for some reason I'm having a brain fart on that. I know I've looked at that. Why do I know that? Is that the one that has all the history? I can't remember why I know CoinTrader Pro, but here it is. Do you know it, Money?
Yeah, it's just an alternative
to TradingView.
I mean, yeah, I use it at times for like Total 2 or some of the other ones where they use like an index. They seem to do better than TradingView. Because I think they take the entire coin market cap of that.
I think that we get more history there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Than TradingView
so here's where he's, is it 1 working on the 2, right? He's looking for the big rip here. So I guess we get the same setup here technically, but as he's noting here, is the 4 in, right? Question mark. So 1 for the watch list, but I don't think we're quite ripe yet. But a good post, ZZ. Okay, let me keep moving here. Shit, how time is it? Oh, I'm damn near half an hour on that. Okay, I got Sine Salazar, and we're looking at EVGO. So let's get that one up here. EVGO on the NASDAQ. I don't recognize it.
He's mentioned before. It's not that it matters, I guess, but pronounced CN.
Oh, CN. CN Salazar. CN Salazar. Okay. I'll remember that now. Okay, I'm going to just hide the volume just to free up, get a little space down here. Come back to that. CN. Well, I got to get a little bigger picture here. So we don't have a target down here. So did we? Let's just see how we did here. It looks like he wants to reference that. Oh, no. It looks like he's taking it from here. Well, that'll work, right? So, okay, so here's it's not the dominant, but you can see that they used it, right? You can just look at it, right? So they used it here. A bit of a front run. But it looks like that's what they used, right? So here we're right at the 50. Now we've got target. So here's the algo swing, right? So again, you got to know what it did last, right? You got to know that before you even consider taking a trade. What did it do last? So we got through here, and it gave us the 1-2. Okay, let's get this one off. Okay, let's go back to that 4 hour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, there's not much else you can do with it. Okay, so what are we saying here? In at 11 and at 5, think I might go in on trade account. Looks like completion. Okay, so let's take a look down here. So, oh shit, let's go to a 2 hour here. So what are you thinking here? So we're going, well, that's clearly impulsive. There's your nice 3, right? So the sell here was tasty. Let's go in a little deeper. Lots of gaps, of course. 1, 2, 3. Here's the, again, why take it when it's not clear, right? There's your nice 4. Down for the 5. 1, 2. Looks like we went to the 50 here. Oh. So choppy. I kind of want to look at line chart. All right, so I've got a candidate here, but potentially you just got another 3 there. That's not the start that you want. So what are the alternatives here? Oh, I don't think you can get a. I don't think you can get a impulse. Well, maybe you can. It would be a bit of a stretch here to go 1, 1, 2, 3. Oh, fuck. I guess you'd have to do A, B. Fuck, I don't know that it matters. All right, so we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I can live with that. Let's see, maybe 30 minutes. It looks better. Is this the 3? The 1, 2 gets a little better when you open it up. Okay, 1, A, B, C. All right, I'm with you, CN. There's the 2, right? So we double bottom into a 2. There's the big rip. Yeah, iffy. Probably have to go with a B, although shit, I don't know that it matters, right? So you going to get much subdivision here? This looks like classic 4 down for the 4 here. This would be the 4 of the internal 3. Now, is there a, again, does it matter here? A, B, C on that. So what do you think? So you're thinking down and then up. So let's just tee it up here. I'm gonna just because my colors, I'm just more used to them. Let me hide that. Okay, so we're here from the low. Oh shit, I get you all the setups. Oh, let's just work with that one so I can see it. Okay, so swing, we're right to a 50. And oh, there's the double bottom, right? You know somebody shorted it there. Does that look like a great place to be shorting the market? Well, I'd suggest not, right? I mean, this was the obvious structure to work with, right? We came right to it, and you're at a 50, and you're at kind of the edge here, where it's often very common. You'll come right to the edge of that big block of volume, and then with, now of course sometimes it'll go through here, and there'll be nothing here to the 786. But the fact that we held here right on that edge, well, so there you go. We're kind of in a range there. That tells me likely an algo box as well. So what did they pull from? Well, let's look up. That's going to be too far. Maybe here. No, there's nothing else. So it's got to be here. This is going to be too far. So that's 786. So we'll go to the 2 here. Right? Could be what they used, which would give us a target down here. So that would invalidate the count. So you can, all right, so much is very, very common for every market, every asset class, just stuck in an algo box. Who's going to break first? All right, so here, again, this is kind of where Elliott can be an advantage here. Oh, it looks like he was thinking something along these lines to put that into his context, right? Now, we're going to do that and come out of here with an impulse. So, which it would need to be, right? So if this is going to be, well, let's label it. If this is going to be the 1, and that's the 2, okay, we're looking for something pretty beefy up here to get us out of there. Well, okay, so this looks like pretty solid resistance here. You can see why we got wicks below, but if I just go off of bodies, that would make sense as to why we stalled here, and then put that in the context of the algo, right? So, I don't know that I would jump on that, but you'd have a very low risk trade here. So this CN, if you're looking here, well, here's the, you got to break that, right? So that's what you're looking at here for your first target. You still have 3 to 1. So when it gets here, so let's stay with your roadmap here. When it gets here, you would anticipate you're gonna get some resistance there. Now sometimes they'll just cut right through, right? There's enough news or buy or something. There's got to be some reason. You've got a bit of a low volume divot here, so I wouldn't be surprised if you pumped up and then, again, you can just kind of map it out. Well, it would make sense here. We've got some structure here. You might bump your head on that, but now retrace. So if you're not already long, the anticipation would be there's the 1, there's the 2. Nice lower volume divot here, some more structure to play off of. You just always look left. Okay, would it make sense there? Could I see some reason why it might hold here aside from the fact that you'd have an algo swing, right? So just map it out, right? So we're going to come right to that 50 or golden zone, anywhere in that pocket. Now you're fully anticipating, well, let's just use it right here. You're going to get through, right? Now you're looking for that third. Now you got 6 to 1. So it's rare that you can find yourself with clear skies, right? Where you don't have another algo to fight through, right? But of course, one side's going to break, has to, or we go sideways forever. So you just, again, it's kind of coming back to what I talk about all the time. What did it do last, and where is it set up? Where am I going to bump into it again? So here, 1, 2 would make sense. Right? If you're going to get a 3, it's got to come out of there. It's got to have the muscle. So you can check. Well, this is where checking the volume would make sense, right? So oh shit, you had it on here. Oh, all right. So what kind of muscle do we get coming out of here, right? Our buyers stepping in. Oh, Weiss wave would be worthwhile here as well. We pop that up. Let's at least get on the other side, right? Start to see some of that cumulative buy volume taking place. You'd like to see it get above your long-term average here, so you know that you've got buyers supporting it. But that's kind of what I see here. It looks like it's a fight here. Now, if this holds, now we go 1, 2. Right now, if you hold here, you got good risk reward. Nothing says it can't fall. You're kind of leaning into that 5, that 3. Where's the resistance? Expect the retrace. You're trying to get into the 3. You're trying to get into 3 of the 3, which is your money wave. Good setup. Nice CN. EVGO. I've never heard of them. Never looked at them before, but it looks like one for the traditional assets watch list. Well done. Nice post. Very good. All right. Let me keep moving here. I got Chris NL. Oh, Chris is always going to give us something good. AAVE. Oops. All right, let's make a quick copy here. Really, I think we have just the exact same number we had yesterday. Okay, an 8-hour on Avalanche. Okay, so all right, tricky. Okay, what do we got down there? Okay, same thing. I'm gonna just get a little more space down here. Well, okay, if you knew nothing else, if I can get that hot, if it's not locked. Well, shit, he's got it locked. Do we need to do a lot here to see where support is? Right? It's pretty, again, you don't overcomplicate things. Right? No fuck. All right, so here we are. You're right on the edge here. Now we could. This is the speed. That's the VPOC, right? So we could come down lower. We could, but if you're looking to be accumulating here, we know this is a strong project. Okay, so what do we get here? Looks like a nice setup for long for a major wave 3. I will be adding to my positions. Correction could already be done, or just a final C wave. We'll be watching this closely. All right, so here's one to Let's dig in there and see what else we can find. Okay, so there's an 8 hour. Let me do this. Sometimes I get lost if I don't. Let's go down to a 1. See what we look like here. All right, I'm put that to the side. So here's my little marker. Okay, so we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the leading diag into the 1, down for the 2, 3, 4. Looks like we got a good 5 there, so that looks nice. Okay, so I'm just going to take that wave off. Oh, okay. Well, so I see what you're thinking here. We don't have it yet, so you're kind of projecting here. At some point, we're going to get a corner down here. Could be 50, could be the golden. Oh shit! Hang on. Finally got a mute button on that. 1, 2, 3, A. Well, that sure looks like a 5. That looks like a nice 3. There's another good example, right? Why not be picky? All right, there's a nice 3 for a B. Now, would we have all sorts of structure here to play off of? Yeah, we would. So that's kind of what you're looking for there. Right into a golden zone. You got this prior resistance to play into. You got a high volume node right there. It seems to be tied to this little squiggle. But you're not here yet, right? So this would be, I probably wouldn't have it on there until I get that pivot. Well, let's just map this out. If we're going to get a traditional, looks like that. Let's zoom in there a little bit. Here, I guess I kind of polluted that. It looks like that's 100. Looks like we've got a. Nope, it's short, so that means it's going to be our favorite measured move. Right, so there it is. So we come down here. Here's the tap of the golden zone. Algo target to the tick. Or maybe that's a 1 or 2 tick front run. So there's your pattern. So now remember, an algo target is not a sell signal. It's not. But you can anticipate a reaction there. So is that I wouldn't be looking to sell it there. Where most of us, right, with something like Avalanche here, we'd be looking for the buy down here. So let the correction finish. Again, wait for your pitch, right? I've had this conversation with Ethan T today. There's this temptation to always want to be looking for the next trade, and I better do something. There's no hurry. Hurrying usually leads to weak trades. Here I've got this nice algo play here. I can look down here and say, well, if this is going to do traditional, here, we can do it this way. Right now we know it's a correction. So, or we're anticipating that it's going to play as a correction. So we'd go to a shift here, looking for, even a sliding parallel down here would be worthwhile. Here, often I'll just do it like this. Fatten that line up, and then just bring it down, something along those lines here. So we get a C down here. If you got a golden, well, all the better. Now, where's the alternate price projection? 100, 127, you're kind of in between. So I'd be looking for, you don't have anything that's just smack dab on the nose, something like that. Or I might even do it this way. Just kind of identify this little pocket of support, which is tied to that little high volume node here we looked at. So this little bugger right there. All right, now how does that play into where we're going? So if this comes down here, we get into that parallel, we'd be close to the 100. It doesn't necessarily mean we're going to tap the golden zone. They'll pivot where they feel like it. But you've got all the conditions here. That looks like that might be a 50. Yeah, well, a little front run on the 50. First target, second target, third target, right? Of course, that's going to be right at the 100. Well, so I'm with you on this one. I'd be waiting patiently. Well, looks like that's a 3. All right, so we're going to get an ABC here. I don't know what we're going to get. Looks like that's 5, 3. So you'd be, I don't know that we have that there yet. Is that 1, 2? 2 doesn't really look great. So this would have to be 1, 2, 1, 2, which is more bearish. Otherwise, we'd have to turn this into a WXY, but that's not particularly good looking. You might, oh shit, how are we going to do that? well, you need that last pivot, although that sure looks like a 3, doesn't it? That looks like a 3, so it makes me think A, B, C into this. So you might have to do it here. A, expand the B, because that looks more like a 5 than a 3, so you might come into a W, X. Now we're going to go get another A, B, C. So there leaves you just a little bit unsure, lacking the same conviction when you come down here and really dig into this. Right? This, okay, I could barely get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could barely make that work. This sure looks like a 3. That sure looks like a 3. That looks like a 5. Kind of come back to, okay, I want a little more here. Well, one thing to note here, just as I've got it right now, if I'm assuming I've got these on here. Right, we're tagging the median line. Those look like we're pretty good there. Okay, so nice tag of the median line right at VPOC. So do you have any advantage in here? I would tell you you don't, right? So it's kind of a crapshoot in here. Anytime you're around VPOC, who knows, right? Well, we just know that a lot of volume gets done there. So buyers and sellers agree here. Would you be a buyer there? I wouldn't. I'd be waiting. I'd be waiting for this to come down a little bit lower, which I think is what Chris NL is looking for. This is making it a little tricky. But I don't think we're ripe yet for the buy. But down here, this looks pretty good. So this would be watch list. I want to see how that plays, because that doesn't look great. Oh, now, of course, we could have an ending diag, right? So this could be A, B, C. We'll see what that does. But I would certainly be concerned about that right there, because it doesn't look like we're starting the finish, right? So what are we going to do there? What are we going to call that? W. All right, well, then this has got to get changed. 1, 2, 1, 2. Doesn't really look like that either. So so this would be on my watch list, but it's got some distance to travel, so this would probably be on my B watch list. Well, I'd want to mark off if we come down towards this pivot. I'd want to alert that here. Remember, I was kind of just showing you this. On the edge of all of this, right, that's often where you'll see the pivot. They'll take it right to the edge of it, and then we'll come back the other direction, which would now bring that over, right on the edge of it. So if that comes down here, depending on the shape that takes, avalanche. I might take a piece there and look to add there.
It's not a avalanche. So
oh,
it's AAVE or what? I don't know.
AAVE. Oh, I'm sorry.
Avalanche is AVAX.
AVAX. You're right. Pardon me. My brain fart. AAVE.
There's so many of them now, though.
I know. I forget them.
There's new ones every day.
Half of them I have to look up. I think I saw we have 16,000 of them now. 16,000 alts. I hear. I'm thinking it's avalanche. But AAVE is another. I think this is. Oh, I know it's one of the majors here. I think it's in the top 20. But that's troubling here. That's not the start that you wanted. So this would be, okay, I'm holding because I didn't get this, right? That's what I wanted. I didn't get it, right? So, I'm going to see if I can pull this out of my ass again. It's not what the market does. It's what the market is supposed to do and doesn't. Once I start rolling with it, I can get it. But again, why? Why? If you're not sure, why take the trade? Right? So I like it. I want to watch it, but I like the idea that I've got a 1 started here, but this whole correction is looking very complex. Come down here, I'll reevaluate, because then I can see what happened here. I sure as hell would not be how could we finish that? I would not be a buyer here. How are you going to resolve that 3? You'd have to turn this into a completed correction and this into some sort of start on a diag, right? So the odds favor down. I wouldn't sell it, though. I'd be waiting down here until I got something down here, whatever shape that takes, and then maybe you do that one. That's what I think. So I think that one's not quite ripe, Chris, but a good one to keep an eye on. B list, had some alerts, and you don't have to think about it again until that alert goes off. Or put an alert above the pivot high. Maybe we're got the entire thing ass backwards, right? Market will surprise you. As soon as you think you really know what it's going to do, it'll almost always do the opposite thing. All right, so Pizza Man, hey man, how you been? You haven't been around for a while. Glad to have you back. Pizza Man's giving us some FX. All right, I'm always surprised we don't get more FX traders than we do. Got a few. All right, so we're looking at the euro to the Chinese yuan. Okay, well, this is interesting. What do I got here? Oh, I got a weekly. Wow, we don't often get a weekly. Oh man, this is brutal. Okay, well, number one, Pizza Man, good to take that on. Oh, here's our corner. Okay, so. Well, a couple things. So coming off of the, so we do get a corner, right? So he's got this pivot, and this pivot. So we have the corner, right? Now trading principle number 4, right? The fact that we don't get there, right? Move equal to or greater than, right? There's equal to. So if we're coming down here, we know we have a failed set of median lines here. So I don't know that I would take it off. I would just hide it, right? Just to free this up a little bit. Oh, this is nice work here. All right, identifying prior resistance. Becomes the support, little probe through it. So well, FX, right? I mean, this is how the market makers, where we do have market makers, the exchanges really. This is such a classic. They just do it so pervasively in FX. Right? It's literally the entire business model. They're going to run the stops here and then jam it the other direction. Same thing here. They're going to run the stops here and take it the other direction. Same thing here. So running right into that, looks like where would they pull it from here? Okay, so into the sweet spot there where we have this resistance. Now here's our target down here. He seems to be suggesting we're coming down here. So this would be, we'd have parity here equal to or greater than. So if we're going to go get that target, there's greater than. But we'd have the potential for this to go even lower to get that median line, because that same 80% is right here. That 80% is in play until it fails. Remember, if it fails to get there, you can see failures continue on. So if this fails to get there, then you say, oh shit, well, equal to or greater than. Now we're right back here. Right? You don't, depending on how far that goes. So if it doesn't get here, right, it's a bit of a tell. So then how would you know, right? That's always the question, right? I can hear it in the back of your head. Well, fuck, man, how are you going to know? Well, what did we get here? Right? Did we get a 5? Right? Because we sure as hell, one way or another, we got to finish with a 5 somewhere. Whether we get a WXY or an ABC, whatever it is, we got to finish with a 5. We cannot finish with a 3. So, well, pardon me, we could in a triangle. But does this look like we're in a triangle? So what do we got here? WXY, X. Now he's working through the last ABC here. This is a bear of a count. This is good work. A, B is what he's looking for to get that C. Tough one. On the weekly. Now, if you're trading FX on the weekly, you're going to give it a shitload of room, right? When you go into the market, you're going to need to. So you're going to need to keep the size light, because you'll get that. That's as I said, that's the entire business model in FX. Run the stops, M's and W's. So 1, 2 looks like we're in the 3. Let's zoom in there. I'm going to go to it. Let's go down to a 3-day here. We'll go down incrementally. So here, note the Vegas. Well, we talked about this a little bit yesterday. It takes a lot to roll the Vegas wave over, right? So we're just on top of each other, but now here we're underneath. Now 233 is on top. So 1, 2. Oh, that's getting more bearish. 1, 2, 1, 2. What else would you call it? You're kind of stuck with that 3 here. Fuck, I'm on a 3-day though, so that's probably a decent 1, 2. Oh, looks like that's got to go over a bit. 1, 2, 3. Look, classic 4 happening right there. 5, we come down. This is what you're looking for, is to complete the 5 of the 3. So we still are not done there until we get down here. Right, we'd have all of it. So the entire thing would be teed up to look for longs way down here. Lots of upside. But you have to give, in FX, you have to give it a lot of room, because if they're even close, they'll widen the spread to get you. If you've got to stop in the market, which you kind of have to do. I would tell you you're crazy to not. But you have to give it plenty of room, or they'll take you out, right? It's just the inherent nature of the beast in FX. So this is a long way to go still, Pizza Man, before we are ready for the long. And even down here, I'd be waiting for some signs of, okay, give me the reaction. All right, now let me take the first retrace. So this is green bananas. Here's the median line that he's trying to get to. Well, it could be much lower. But good. I appreciate you posting up some FX. We don't get a lot. Is there anything else here that really, I just think there'd be a new low because the price fell out of the bigger pitchfork. Looks very impulsive, right? So this is his note here on this. Sitting at the golden zone here. This is the swing low. We're at the golden zone, so you understand why it's pausing. It's literally in the middle of the golden zone, shaping the 4. Series of 3 swings, right, leads you into the double, and here's the target, right? Here's the algo target. It doesn't look like it's going to make that in time, right? So thus, if it breaks here, we're going lower, right? It could be second target. But now you're into, right? We're into 25, right? So keep some perspective here because we're looking at such a long time frame. We come down here, look, that's 23. So this is one, you could kind of park this one and just say, okay, if it ever gets down here, a couple of years from now, let me remember. Well, shit, who knows, right? Could be there next week. You never know. But if we're coming down that far, I just put an alert on it. If we get there, oh shit, I forgot about that euro to the 1. Let's take a look, see what it looks like. It's not a bad idea. So you look at this, and we all look at this and go, oh fuck, man, we're trading off the weekly. Guess who trades off the weeklies? Big money. The biggest of big money, right? They're not concerned about the 1 hour bullshit that we're doing. They're out here at these very, very long ranges with massive amounts of money, right? This is where the institutions trade, daily, weekly. So, don't dismiss this as necessarily a, something that's not appropriate, but it's got a long way to go before it's teed up. But good to post that one. Thanks, Pizza Man. Okay, let me keep moving there. I got Freight 57. What do you got here? CHR. There's another one I don't know. Uh-oh, he's warning me. I got a bitch of a count coming. Okay, let's see what we got here. He got 2 posts here. Oh, he's giving me 2. So I don't know this one. CHR. What is this, Monty? CHR? I don't recognize it.
I'm not sure.
I don't know that one either.
I've heard of it and traded it, but I don't know what the hell it does. Chromia.
All right. Well, it's right off the bat. Looks like I got to look in log scale here. Let's go out to an 8 hour. Oh, this looks interesting. I say that, right, because I love to see all the work that he's already put into this. Okay. So nice pitchfork here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa. Use some giant. Let's put those in white so I can see them a little better. Okay, so 1, 2. We overlap, so we got to do the diag. All right, well, we can have an ending diag in the 5th, which looks like we got to deal with that. That's annoying, I know. Right, but it's enough, right? It's more than you realize. It's tempting to go, oh, fuck, right, with a couple of ticks. That will almost always come back to bite you in the ass. It's just, I've done it, right? So careful of that, right? So we got to call this a diag, right? So it fits for a diag to complete the 1 up here. All right, now I got to get in there. Okay, so what are we saying here? This is saying, not sure the correction has been long enough at this point. Well, duly noted, right? So if this is the impulse, right, would that be likely that we're enough done here? I mean, of course, anything's possible, but this is much like what we're dealing with Bitcoin, right? It just doesn't feel like it's balanced out enough. Whether you're using a channel, well, essentially you could work this as a channel, but median lines is always my preference. We'll come over here now. Okay, now we balance it out. Truncation, good man, right? He pays attention as a last resort, but 5 down is just so clear that it's hard not to. Okay, so let's look at that. All right, so let me put these down here. You're absolutely right. usually truncation means there's another solution, but there are times where it's the only option. Okay, so let's go to a 1. Where are we truncating? Oh, I see here. Yeah, I'm with you. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, with all wick. Yeah, I'm right with you, Fred. I'd call it the same. But mainly, well, you're kind of at this point. What else are you going to call it, right? I mean, this has come off so hard as an impulse. You'd work back here, and this is, I think mining crypto, that when we chatted this morning about Bitcoin, the anticipation is come down here with the big spike low in Bitcoin, maybe sweep those lows and then start to head back up. It looks very, very similar here. So if we could start to roll here. But this is actually a good sign. Where did we pivot off of there? That looks like it's too far. Let's try the secondary. So here, what I'm doing here is something you guys should all be doing. Okay, what did they use? Right? What did they use? What did they use? Right? I always tell you, right? You hear me say this virtually every video I've ever done, every live stream I've ever done. What did they do? What did this algo do last? All right. So where is that target? Up here, right? So you look here and you go, well, why does it stop there? Right? Isn't that always the question? Well, shit, why does it stop there? If there's not an obvious, resistance, former resistance becomes the support, don't you immediately go, was the algo there? I know I would. Right? So here's your pivot that's holding the entire thing together. Okay, so I'm with you on the truncation. So I like this, but this doesn't look like it's done, does it? Right? So, fuck. What's the alternate, right? This is some sort of an A, B, C, or W, X, Y. There's not enough time in it. Yeah, I see the conundrum there. Well, let's just take a look here. What did the 2 look like? Let's go back. What's the alternate? Should we even get 5? Well, I like your count here. So the variable that would have you concerned is that we're doing some sort of a, oh shit, this could be A, B, C before we come down and balance the thing out in time, right? So right now you got a 5, right? So you can't project all of that. It's too much, right? You can't just throw all of that on. You're projecting way beyond what the market is actually giving you here. So what can you say definitively? Well, while that does look like it's a double, a WXY, you'd be concerned about that lack of time. So I got a 5 here. What else could it be? Well, it could be the 1. Could be a 1, 2, and we're just going to do a shallow retrace, or a retrace that doesn't take the amount of time you would anticipate, right? What it typically does. Well, nothing about crypto is typical. So could it be? Yeah, it could be. Does it matter, right? Does it matter? If this is an A, right, and we're going to get a B, or if it's a 1 and we're going to get a 2, does that change what you're doing here? No. Right? How do we ultimately know, right? Do we get this and now we're coming down, or do we get this and now we're going to finish? Right? You won't know. But it doesn't matter, right? That's the good news here. Again, which you guys have heard me say this many times. Well, members all know this, but YouTube subs. That's why in our purple belt, for you to pass that, we make you trade 3s and Cs only. For just this kind of an example, because it doesn't matter. If that's an A and a B and that's a C, or a 1 and a 2 and a 3, you're going to take that trade either way. Well, I mean, assuming you like it, right? You don't have to take this particular setup, but we want you to trade Cs and 3s. So it doesn't matter what comes off of this. There's a 5, period. That's all I need to know. Now, do I have a 3? God, there's a lot in there. I'm just going to, forgive me, Fred. I'm just going to kind of loosen this up a little so I can see it. Okay, so 1, 2. Let me put that aside for a second. Let's just hide that. Okay, now we got this channel that's already started, right? So good start on the ABC for the potential 2 here. Is that, yep, it's got to be off of that low. So that's, I don't want to do that. Oh, I'm just going to, so this one's mine here. Let's get that one off of there. This is your 50. Okay, so you're coming down here. This is your golden zone. I'm always surprised you guys don't put the golden zone in gold, but right, everybody has their own color preference. So here we come down for the C. What's there? Well, it sure looks like we've got some structure we could work with here. Right there. Looks like it already got tapped once. So I guess if we include all of it, right up to that pivot low here, we got it right here. ABC, I'm with you. I like it. All right, this looks good, Fred. All right, whether it's 1 or A, right? I would probably put the A right next to it for the just so I don't lose track of, hey, that very well easily could be an A, not a 1. 1, 2, well, so this would be on my A watch list. Well, what are we on? 2 hour? Sure, 30-minute. Oh, so we got VWAP on here. Okay, so the ABC here is beautiful, right? The Diag 1, the typical, right? Can we start it? Can we start it, right? Just classic example here. These guys are trying to get those stops, right? They can't get them, can't get them. Up we go. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a nice finish. So we got something finishes here. This looks like a 786. Right, remember the B is always an attempt to get to that stop that fails. Right, so thus we get through. So we lose the sell side algo. Now you do have to pay attention, right? At every degree, it doesn't matter if we're looking at a 1 minute or what doesn't matter, right? So when that comes here, you're going to have another golden zone that's going to have to break, right? So that can often be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what causes it. Okay, that looks like you could do it. Oh, shit, that actually looks more like a 5, doesn't it? Again, be picky. How are you going to call that the 3? How are you going to get that done? Well, this looks easy enough. 1, 2, I have to do A, B, C to get that done there. That'll work. Okay, I got my A. 1, 2, well, do we have an impulse here? 1, 2, and that looks like a golden zone. Just a hunch. Looks like a slight break. Very slight break. All right, so you give advantage bears here, but it went up anyway. So here now we've broken from that side. So you're getting it. It's a little sloppy on both sides, right? We've got the break here. We've got the break here. So might make you think it's a B. So it looks like you can get it actually. So now that I take a closer look, looks like you can go A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's your C of the B at that degree. Okay, so it works. We don't have algos on either side here per this. All right, so it's a little sloppy on that. But you will have this one. Here's the next one you got to deal with, right? So you have to mark them so you know where it is. Okay, all right, can we get through this? That's what we got to get through. You can kind of just always, it's just a good idea and say, well, what else? What could it run into there? Well, this has already been broken. So you generally want to stay consistent with what has yet to be tested, right? This has already been tested here and broke. Retest down, retest. Now we're through. So I'd be more inclined to be focused over here on that. Tested, they're testing it right now. So if we come back down here, well, what do we got? So A, B, well, it looks like we're in the 1. It looks like you could get this started on your 5 here. 1, 2, working on the 3. Got a break here. Right, maybe the center line. 4, coming down for the 5. That could work. Where would that put us? Well, we're looking for it deeper. Okay, so that might not be enough. And this might be just the 1. We might have a 1 of the C because we want the C to come down lower. So let's just do some traditional measuring, right? Same process every time, right? Whether you're thinking Elliott or not, let's look, is there a fib relationship between the swing, the retracement, right? Again, I kind of dwell on this, but it's so simple that sometimes we forget. This is all the market ever does. Swing and retrace, swing and retrace, swing and retrace. Now, who's going to break? This side or this side? Right? How would we know? We don't know. Nobody knows which side of that is going to break. But what we can do is put it in context. Well, there's a 5, there's a 3. What am I anticipating next? I'm looking for 5, right? So it'd be classic, simple. You don't have to be an Elliott master. Oh, I got 5, 3, 5, right? It's the most rudimentary correction we can have, right? So far I got, look, right? So again, Elliott doesn't have to be complicated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well, I've got 5 coming down, so I'm not likely to be done here. Doesn't mean I couldn't be, right? These are not universal laws, right? It doesn't mean that it couldn't be done. And we're back here going, oh, fuck, you know, remember, there's the 3, 4. You know, you can almost always solve it with Elliott Wave here. But right now, that sure looks like a 5. So why would you think anything else, right? So we're back to, it's not what the market does, it's what it's supposed to do and doesn't. So if this doesn't give me a 5 here, well, now I'm rethinking the whole thing. But that's what I'm fully expecting, because that's what the market, you know, per a pattern that we know is prone to repeat, that's what it should do. Not what it will do, not what we know it's going to do, but what its most probable path is. So we come down here, now it might not be, might have to bring this down a little bit lower. We're down here. Well, again, so how are we going to, what could we use to help us identify, right? Well, some of that sure looks like it's be of interest to me. All right, put that, all right, we always want to wick off that wave 1, because that's where the trend established itself. That's where we got, remember here, so we get a high, we get a higher low. Oh, now I got a higher high. Right, so this is where the trend starts. So to come all the way back to this, to where we define the fact that I had an uptrend, well, let's see how if we revisit this, is that support? If it is, right, well, so if you got right here, are you buying? It would make sense, right? So you're right at the structure. Hey, Sam, you just told me, hey, there's the structure. I got a 5, I got a 3, I'm at the 100, I'm at the structure. Are you a buyer here? No, I wouldn't. Why? Because that's not what the market is supposed to do. That's what the market's supposed to do. Now, if it does something else, well, now I got to rethink the whole thing. Well, wait a minute. Right? I can't have 5, 3, 3. Right? Well, again, you know, if you're practicing Elliott Wave, there is no resolution there, right? So you could, you know, we could squeeze this into a 3, this into a 3. Maybe we go into a triangle, but you know, shit, we're in a second, so we know we can't have a triangle here. So right now we're in a 1, so you're anticipating the zigzag, right? It's the most common. So no, this is not a play. This is not, even though if you got that right here, no. Well, pardon me, I should say it that way, because that could be the C of the 1, 2, 3, right? So if you're right here, could you buy it? Well, you know, shit, you're going to need to see, well, this better be a 3, this better be a 3, because now I'm looking for a 5 to complete that, right? So it's always a matter of degree. What's the obvious spot that's going to run into if it starts to come back up? Well, I mean, this is not rocket science. Right, that's what it's got to get through, because these people here are going to defend, right? If we break here, they're going to defend there. Oh, fuck you, man. You're not taking me down. I'm going down here. We get through. Now they got to cover. Uh-oh. Now, if we're right here, what are we thinking? All right, tricky, right? So now what would you do here? Oh, well, could I finish with a diag? If I overlap, if this is the 1, 2, 3, could I overlap here? I could. Maybe I go up to that channel. Let's do it this way. This is the thought process that we all go through, right? So if I get here, oh, fuck, what? What am I doing there? What would you be thinking right there? A, B, can't finish with a 3. So either way you've labeled it is wrong, or the market is doing something that it shouldn't be doing, right? Which makes you think, I got to relabel here. But you could get right here and still call this a 5, right? If we come back down, right? What do I got? I got a diagonal, right? So I never want anyone to come away from a live stream or a video I watch where saying, oh, look how fucking easy this is. Oh, shit. Oh, you just sell here, sell the golden zone, make the target. There's the median line. I don't want anyone to ever think that, right? I'm trying to get you into, I try to go into your head in the same way that I try to go into the head of someone who's on the other side of a trade that I'm looking at. Why would someone buy there? You always got to ask yourself that. I think it's going down. Why do they think it's going up? Just because it's been going up? Well, that makes me want to sell it all the more. Because if somebody's buying it right here after it's already gone that far, well, I'm much more interested in the short. Why do I say that? Because where's your stop here? If you're shorting that, look at the risk reward here, right? If I'm shorting that here, I know I could give that plenty of room. Now look what I got there. I got 5-1. If I'm longing that, what's the risk reward there? This is just dumb trading. It's just dumb. Okay, you're going to use this pivot? I got a median line right here. I got a potential double top right there. I don't even get 1-1. So why is somebody buying it there? Is the question, right? If you're thinking of selling it there, you got to keep consistently asking yourself, why is somebody taking the other side of my trade? What are they thinking? Well, my first thought is they don't know that's there. And what retail will do, right? Because it's not that they're stupid. I shouldn't say that. They just don't know, right? They haven't been doing this long enough. They don't know that that's there. Or maybe they drew their own trend line. They go, okay, I see the trend line here. So maybe they're thinking, oh, it's going to go to the trend line. Well, number one, they definitely don't know that golden zone's there. They definitely don't know. Well, if it breaks there, right, where's the next one we're going to? Right, and then we got to get through that one. Now, wait, we're at the golden zone on the trend line. Now, why is somebody, because if you're going to trade there, someone's got to be on the other side of it, right? Could be a liquidity provider. But why would somebody sell it to you there? What are they thinking, right? They're buying it. You want to sell it. What are they thinking? Just puts the whole idea of context, should be what you're thinking, because that's all we get, right? We don't fucking know. Nobody knows. I have no fucking idea where that's going next. But if I get this, okay, well now I've got some context that makes sense. Oh, look, shit, if I got the algo target. Oh, wait, I can put the whole thing together. Oh, I'm back down here at support. I've got a pattern that I recognize. Doesn't mean it's going to be a winner, but I've got a pattern that I can recognize here. So, I'm not sure. I don't know. I remember that guy told me an algo target's not a buy. So let's see what kind of reaction I get here. What's the first thing I'm going to run into, right? The structure right there. Oh, I get a little retrace. Now, can I go in here? Can I put an intelligent trade on right here? With that as my target, this is my stop. Okay, well, then I got 4-1. Doesn't mean I'm not going to get stopped out. Just means I've got a better trade here so you're more likely to survive over time if you're looking for 5-1 rather than 0.76 to 1. That's why this is never a good place to buy or sell, right into structure, right into a golden zone, right into a 50. You're just asking for it, right? You're just asking to transfer money from your account into someone who knows better. Put it in their account. Right? Remember, that's always what's going on. Somebody that you're selling, you're someone who's buying it there, you're selling it there. They're trying to pull money out of your account. Why do they think they can do that there? All right, let me keep going. Frade 57, that's a great setup. Now, this is going to be very interesting. I don't think we're ripe yet, but I'd like to see how I'm going to track that. I'm going to keep that one. This will be interesting to see how that resolves. Good post. Yeah, Frade gave me 2 here. I got. What is this? Fuck. I can't remember. Getting to be so many, I can't remember anymore. What is this? CELR network? Fuck. Never heard of it. Okay. That's all right. I always like to get turned on to new projects. So first question always, right? How's it trading, right? Is it trading technically? Well, we got a 4-hour here. It looks pretty good. Frade is always going to do good TA on it. So what do we got here, Frade? Although the whole correction looks like a WXYXZ, I'm more inclined to think of it as what the hell? A WXY what the hell? That's beautiful. I haven't heard that one. Well, right off the bat, I kind of want to put it in log scale, right? Just because we've got look at the range we're in. COVID low. 1, 2. Let's just force a habit. I always do this. All right. Structure got tested. Maybe too far, right? Log, distorts it. Did they use this? Looks like they use that. I'm curious here. Well, we got through here. So we got an A. Oh, that shit. Well, it looks like a WXY. ABC, ABC, ABC. So we got WXY here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is solid. Oh, I see what you're thinking here. So let's label this. So here's what he's thinking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gets us done. Oh, shit. Okay, so this is not the Elliott place to be pulling from, right? We're just, remember, what did the algo do last? What did they use? Sure looks like they used that, right? Because what would be your next choice? Here, maybe, here, no, no, no. These are the dominants, right? There's the 7, 8, 6. So where's the next dominant right here, right? Could they have used that? Well, I'm certainly going to check that. Oh, ping, ping. Yeah, probably, no. Look up here, right? So when you're trying to figure it out, you're in many ways, you're looking, oh, wait, where's the target? What happened here? Did we get there? That's a bit far for a front run. Let me put this up over here. Oh, shit. What am I going to do? I'm going to hide that. That doesn't look like, that's too far for an algo swing. So this looks like, oh, fuck, what do we got here? 1, 2, A, B, C. Fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, fuck, I don't know that it matters here. Correction. Up for the 5. Looks like we finished. Looks like they're gonna front run that target, which is kind of surprising. Okay, so let's get that together. Okay, so here we come back down. All right, these guys do what I suggest, right? When you have a section that you're like, what the fuck? They just highlight it because if something is happening down here, you're going to circle back. That's where you're going to have your problem. Okay, so let's dig in there. We go to a 1 hour. What do we got here, Freight? I like the ABC here. That's solid. ABC, WX, A. What are we doing here? A, ABC. Oh, I see what you're thinking. Well, here's what he's trying to complete. So here's the A, there's the B, there's the C. Let's go to micro blue, all right? So what do we do with that? There are times where the Elliott is just, who fucking knows, right? Which is kind of what he's saying. This looks like that's 5. Oh, fuck, you're going to have to truncate the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like you could finish that with a 5. That's kind of ugly. 1. Could that be 3? Let's just see if it's long enough. 1, 2. I'm in log. Not long enough, so that doesn't quite work, which I'm guessing Freight has already looked at that. Could we do it here? Fuck, that would not be. Sure, looks like that's just one. Well, we do finish 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's a. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Who knows what that is? Does it matter? Do we need to dig that out? Well, I don't know that we do. WX, Y, X. Now this can, right, depending on what your what's the word? What I want to say here? Your compulsion, right? This would bug me, right, until I could figure it out. But I don't know that we need to worry about it as it sits right here. X, 1, 2, 3, triangle 4 for the 5. I like it there. Now that looks like a good B, and that looks like that's okay. So same question. What'd they use? Did they use this? Here, nope. Here, too far? Nope, there it is. Might be slightly off. Let's take it out of log. They use the 4. If we come out of log, too much. So right there, it looks like that could be. So you always want to try and tie it to something they've used before, right? So did they use that? That is the lower pivot right there. So yeah, they could have used that, right? So if I get that right on there. So here we come into the spot. Here we get third target. So it looks like that was used. So that makes sense to come back. If they used it, that's what it will do. It will use it. Now we're coming back here for the B. Well, sure, it's not. Here's what we can deduce, just looking at it, right? You don't have to be a rocket scientist. That is not impulsive, right? This is all looks corrective. We're just swing, back to test it, swing, double top. It looks very, it's kind of hot. All right, let's take that down a little bit. That certainly doesn't look impulsive, right? Even if you were starting like, oh, maybe, because it looks like you get a 5 here, but sure just looks like an ABC. So this looks like you could pull a 5 there. It looks like you can pull a 5 there, but definitely looks like you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So the potential for the ABC is there. So I'd be inclined to be putting that B there. That looks like we're working on 5, so it looks like this is this is what just, I mean, it's not overly complicated. Looks like that's where you are here. Now, does that make sense? Let's go back to where we are. What are we trying to do here? We're trying to finish the 2. Well, that would do it. I'm going to go back to log scale here. It's a long ass way down here to get for the 2, right? So that's what makes you a little bit cautious here. Look where we would be. This is really the 2 you're looking for, right? Per classic Elliott. Now, does that make sense? We're coming down this far. Well, really what you'd want here is some sort of WXY, right? Does that tough one. I don't see any other way to interpret that. That's an impulse all day. And it's a long one. Well, I think you're going to hurry up and wait there. A, B, C, the 2 here. Well, it's not like we haven't seen it before. You'd have some structure to play with there a little bit. It's already been tested once. I wouldn't go near that until we got a little bit lower, because I'd just be, okay, so we're going to, you've got, look at the double bottom here. So we've got that, oh, it looks like it's pivoting here off of that. Oh, it's too soon. No, that doesn't mean it couldn't go here. I mean, certainly this thing could go, right? You might, oh, what's the alternate? Well, let's just a couple quickies. All right, let's just take a look how this 3 looks. You kind of would have thought you'd have gotten there. So I suppose the alternate here would be that you've gone 1, 2, can we do this? 3, and then we'd be going, I don't think we can. If this is 3, 4, and this is 1, unless we were thinking we're going to get a kick in the 5th. I don't think you can do it any other way. So you'd have to be thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, and that we were going to get something bigger in the 5th, that we're going to get an extension in the 5th. Because this is pretty right on the money. Just out of curiosity here, I know this is log scale, but let's just take a look at the 1 projected from the proposed 4. Here's prime time right here. I think that's what you're stuck with here. So, okay, so let's simplify. Okay, so the Elliott is a little bit confusing here because we'd be looking for it way the hell down here. What does the market do? Swing, retrace. Now, what are we thinking here? Well, could it be the 1, 2 of the 5th? Well, shit, it could be. Would that be unusual? Yeah, it kind of would, right? Because now you'd be looking for the big 3 to come out of there. Now, is this a strong enough project to defy, traditional patterns? Well, let's see. What else could we do here? I'd be curious about this. And it doesn't look like we got there. I can do it this way. Well, now you're really, if that's a done 5, you're looking for something at least down here to the other side of the channel. If we hold, God, it's fucking very much like Bitcoin. That looks just like what Bitcoin's doing. If we're just gonna hold here, the 1, 2, maybe, right? So I would not get so hung up on it. Fuck, the Elliott doesn't look right. Here's the swing, here's the retrace, right? We're coming right back into structure. And we know that that's, what did we say? It was right at a 50. Let me make sure I can't really see in there. If I'm on it. Oh, look at that, I was on it. Okay, why not take that trade? So that's the question you got to ask yourself. Okay, why would I not take that? That's a swing. That's a retrace to a 50 at structure. Why am I not taking that trade? Well, the first thought would be if we completed the one wave up here, come here. If that is actually done, it's too shallow for a 2. What the market is supposed to do. If it doesn't, then you might be thinking, oh, well, I got the 1, 2, 3. Well, it can't be 1, 2, 1, 2 because that's not long enough for the 3. So you maybe 1, 2. Well, what do we get here? Do we have an impulse that starts that out? Well, this, you're kind of stuck here. You'd have to do this, right? So you'd have to move it over because it's a true double bottom. And then I get a nice 3 here. Careful here. Little break, right? So advantage bulls. But remember, we got this one. Oh, pardon me. We got this one. I got to come back to that pivot. 65 to the tick, but we don't get target. Target's down here. 1, 2. I'd be looking for that, right? So interesting, right? That we got double bottoms here. This is clear rejection here. So you know that's software, right? It's too many times in there, right? We know that software. They use this. I'd be thinking that, right? We're going for the 3 to get the C. Why would you not think that? Well, what else is there? What else could we do? Right now, with this, because I'm looking for an impulse here. I would stay in just traditional. That's a target. If this is going to go 1, 2, 3, do I have 80% odds here? Yep, I do. It's not a golden, I don't think, because I think we broke it. Slight break. Doesn't matter. We lose the algo. But I still have my 80% odds, right? The 80% doesn't change, right? I still have that. Could get it down here. That's not a place I would be longing myself, right? Because we can't, this would be unlikely to be our start, right? So that looks corrective. It's correcting the swing down into the double bottom. That looks corrective. So we can't finish like that. So you'd be anything's possible, right? Let me be careful of my language there. It's not that we couldn't, right? It's not that this is impossible, but this is what the market is supposed to do. If it doesn't, right? If it's not what the market does, it's what it's supposed to do and doesn't. If it doesn't, then I got to rethink the entire way I'm counting this. So right now I'm expecting the 3. So if you're in our purple belt, you're short already with a target down here because you're trading 3s and Cs. So here, you'd get bonus points for this because you'd be trading the 3 of a C. I think I just made that up, but I don't know that we give you bonus points, but I would give you bonus points for getting the 3 of the C. I'll have to talk to Dave about that. I don't know if Dave would give you that one. Dave's hardcore, right? He doesn't, if you don't do it just right, he's not going to pass you. And I think members have learned that. So that's what I see there. I'm not looking to be a buyer here. I'm waiting for this more resolution down here to get that to finish, to give me whether it's going to be 2. Let's pull it back out, right? Is it 2 at that higher degree? Is this 1, 2 into the golden zone, right? Is this what we're going to get here? We're going to have an extension in the 5th. Wouldn't be shocking. 1, 2, or we're going to go down. Here's the 50, right? We just measured that up from the low. We're going to come all the way down here. Well, if you're a buyer here, that's too much, right? So you'd have to put a stop on it. If you were thinking off of the idea of a 1, 2, and we're going 3 into the 5th, I mean, here would be, I don't know that I'd give it anywhere past that myself. So interesting. So good post, Chris, or Frade, sorry. I'm looking at Frade, or Chris NL, but Frade, that was your post. Very well done. Good stuff, right? This is going to be really interesting to see how that plays, right? Watch list. I'd put that on my B watch list because I'm kind of curious now. Okay, let me keep moving here. I got your boy DYL. good handle. Okay, he's looking at SOFI. All right, what do we got over here? Well, the markets did keep going down. Interesting. Took a peek over at the other machine. Yes, on the low. YM on the low. SOFI. Boy, these guys advertise a lot. Are these the guys that do the money dance? I think it is. I'll do my money dance. Let's get an 8-hour here. Oh, shit. Well, that's why you pull out, right? You got to get some perspective. Well, I don't even know that we need to do any Elliott here, right? Is this isn't too hard to figure out? All right, that's the absolute in your face what a range looks like. These are all, oh shit, I don't know that really is doing much to help us here. So is there a trade here? So your boy DYL, what are you thinking here? Well, so you're thinking 1, 2, we went into the 3. Okay, right, so do you see any invalidations with this count? Well, let's take a look here. 1, 2, 3, there's the A, there's the B, there's the C of the W, A. Oh, we got a triple B. That's good work. Nice shadow. Yeah, boy. That's how I say that. DYL. I'm just going to say DYL. There's a W. This is good work here, right? Not every. This takes. You got to have some mastery of Elliott Wave to know what that is, or to even know to look for that. So well done. So we're up for the X. So it's W, A, complex B. Here's the rip of an impulse, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can't miss that. Got to account for it. There's a good. So it's a great C for the X, right? If you were purple belt and you're trading the C. The C of the X, I got 5 down, right? So I can't, well, you can't finish it there because I've got 3, right? If it's a WXY, I need 5, 3, 5, right? So interesting, right? The way the Elliott has played in line with the range, right? Very interesting. So look at the A, B. Oh, it's more very, very good work here. DYL is very good. Okay, so let's focus in here on the hourly at the low, right? Do we have enough here to make this trade? So we get a leading diag here. Oh, pardon me. So we get a contracting diag, but we get a diag nonetheless. That's not ideally you want a leading in the 1, but I think that's become more of a guideline than a rule because we see it too often. We lost our buy-side algo. There's the 5. So here, well, let's label it, right? So candidate, right? So candidate for the 1, 2. Could be the 3. No, right? Because we're too far here. This could have worked if he'd gone here, but you don't have it. So that's a deep retracement. That's kind of a bummer. All right, so what's the alternate here, right? So, because if we were looking at this as a diag into the 1, 2, it's hard not to be considering the possibility here that we've got A, B, C. All right, now 1, 2, 3, 4. What would that do to us? If this is an A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, that's kind of gnarly. Is there any better here? You're kind of stuck with it. There's well, the one thing you can note here, which is worth noting, there's very little algo participation here. Right, so we're breaking on both sides. Maybe you got this here. I can't tell. Looks like it might be too far. I don't know if we use this. Nope. I'll be damned. So here's the last algo play we can identify, although we didn't quite make target, although that could be a front run. It could be. They jabbed it down to take it. That's the dominant swing, right? So this is what you're looking for. What happened last, right? Did we get there? Well, okay, so we know they used that. Did they use it again? All right, looks like this is going to be too far. All right, we're too far here, so you got to go back to the last one they used. Right there. From the low. Note the Vegas wave. It's a little hard to see. His colors aren't very bright. But if I fatten that up, make it, there's our 233 to the tick. Right to the 233. Now note, Vegas wave, 233 is on top, right? So a lot of mojo has to happen here to flip that back over, right? Here's where it flipped down here. This is just a great filter as to what side of the market to be on. Which side of the Vegas wave are we? Right? Where's the 233? Are we above the 233? Or right now, does that make you want to be a buyer there? Well, this is such an ugly start that I'd be either, if I had taken the swing on this, I'd already be stopped out, because the thought would have been, okay, here's an impulse. Oh, fuck. 1, 2. Here's the, maybe you're thinking 1, 2, 1, 2. Technically, okay, still possible. But the fact that I've got a clear 3, I bumped into, I'm in the algo sell zone. I hit the 33. I got a target down here. I don't think I'd be a buyer down here. Now, you could talk yourself into, well, okay, anything down here is opportunity, because, we'll come back to this range we have here. We're back into the demand zone, if you could think of it that way. We're back in the demand zone. So, but is that it, right? Is that absolutely going to be our pivot here? Let's tee it up. All right, that first pivot high. To some degree, if I brought this chart up like this, I don't know that I'd even go through all the Elliott. Right? I might just say, okay, well, shit, if it's down here, I want to be a buyer. If it's up here, I want to be a seller. Now, what to help with that would be if I could get started with a good clean 5, right, and then got a retrace. But market doesn't always give it to you. I'd be in kind of a no trade mode, because really what you want to have happen here is you want this to come down, sweep these lows, and then start, right? Get everybody freaked out, get retail saying, oh shit, must be going down. Get them going short, right? Maybe they won't know that algo target's there. Trust me, they won't know. Right, rip that. You're running all the stops, running all the way back here. There's the last stand, right? So sweep those. Right, that's how Monty Crypto likes to call it. We're sweeping out the trash, or the weak longs there. They freak out, they get stopped out, and then it starts to go. But I'd want this to come down, do it here, and then that's the one I'd wait for. Right, I know where my target is. What happens next time we get up there? Can I get a 1, 2, 3? Well, that's asking a lot. To get that far, that would flip the Vegas wave over again. So I think this is one to be watching. Certainly there's opportunity down here, right? Just historically speaking, but that's not a pattern that I would say, oh. Now, if I came out of this and I got a clean 5 down here, now, okay. I still don't know that I'd be aggressive on the size here, but if I got here, now, okay. I got a little house money, retrace, my stop's down here. I might take it. Look, you got a lot to get through, though. That's the big one you got to get through. Dominant to dominant. All right, assuming that we don't get a new low down here. All right, if we did, all right, you got to just bring it down. Now, can I get my 3 there? 1, 2. Can I get in that 3? Do I care if that's a 3 or a B or a C? I don't care, right? So if I'm in this trade, what did I get there? If I got that, and that's my stop, well, I'd wait until I got 3 to 1. Right? So we'll do it that way. They sweep the lows. There's the stop right there. So I got 3.6 to 1. I would take that on the assumption that I was looking for this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the tell. Do we get the 5? If we get the 5, now it's game on. Now, right? Now I'm a buyer again. More structure to work with. You got to get out of this. Right, this is going to be interest rate sensitive, right? So if interest rates start going up, get your money dance on. All right, good. Okay. I think that's everything. Oh, and did we get? Did I see one?
We got 2 donations.
Oh, cool. Okay, what we got?
All right. So first is going to be Mana, MANA.
To the tether.
Yeah, whichever one you want to do.
Well, I think I'm fairly certain that the way they do it is that whatever comes up first has the most volume.
Yep. perhaps. So you can just choose that one if you want.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how they do it. Okay, well, let's get back.
And he put a couple things. He said December 4 low, I see 5 up. I added at $3.40, but stopped below 280 looking for a C up or a 3.
Okay.
What would have been a better play? And should I be moving my stop up or maybe setting sell targets? How do you set a stop loss and sell targets at the same time?
Well, that's just a function of, well, wherever you're trading it, right? Yeah. That's more just order mechanics. That's fairly easy to do. You can even do them individually. You can set your stop and then set your target. But it's usually more common to do them together, although it's not a requirement. Okay, so let's figure out where we are here. I'd start here. Oh, let's see here. This is just, that's the shit happens when they first hit the exchange. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so you definitely see a 5 here, right? So this is hard to miss, right? We can see this as a 5. Now what's that? Well, we got a few things to pay attention to, right? So what did we do here, right? Is this a 1, 2? Let's come out of log. Yeah, we got to be in log. Well, I'd be curious as to whether or not he's trading it in log. I mean, that's the rate. So what are we figuring from 0.02 to $6, right? I mean, that's definitely. Do we have to go? Yeah, let's go back to log here just to open it up a little bit more. This is a bit of a problem here, because that is a stretch to call that. So let's say we're going to do this. Well, you could do it. You could do a 5 there. You can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So we'd have an A. It sure looks like a B, but boy, is that a shit. So we'd have to do WXY. I can't say I love that. All right, let's label it. I'd be inclined to do it this way, because I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. Now, I'm just ignoring that wick. I really don't even want to use this. I don't know that it matters. Fuck. I could probably do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rip in the 5th. If we start a deeper retracement, you probably have to check both of those. All right, well, that makes me curious here. Okay, how do we look here? Are we technical? Looks like all we did here was just check the resistance. That's a bit of a fucker. Well, let's label it up. Okay, so this looks like A, B. I hate doing that. I hate doing that. But we might have to. Let's go. Let's dig in there a little bit. Let's get you on that pivot. That's a W. A, B, C, X. Well, we could do a flat there. Well, let's see. I think a WXY is going to play better. Tough one. Let's just see here. Well, let's check a couple of things. 1, 2. Doesn't look like an impulse. Looks like that's too. Oh no, boo, that's close. Am I right on that? Let's just double check here that I'm right on it. Now, did it hold? Pretty fucking close. Looks like it went through by a tick. I'm right on that. By just a tick, but obviously they stayed with it. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This I do not like, but we might be stuck with it. To work into a diag here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. I don't like this, but that might be what we got to deal with. Let's take this up a degree. All right, we'll get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can work with it. Ugly diag. Let's wick off the 1. Okay, not much question about what we got there. Ooh, doesn't look like you can get it. Looks like you'd have to go 1, 2 here. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can get it. Let's just stay with that. So there's the 5. So what did we complete there? Let's go back to an 8. Is that the 5? Well, if that's the 5, we got a long way to go on the correction. Right? If I'm going to even use this pivot here. All right, what do we have here? Well, this is the next stop for before you get any support. I'd pay attention here as well if we got that. If it was offered there, it's not much of a move. Let's go to a 60. Look, what's the date there? So that's the same day that Bitcoin dumped, right? So that's the wick, but that sure is not a great looking start. Let's just give it a few checks here. There's the highest breaks. Subtle, but that's enough. Well, it's not a great looking 5, so I'd be thinking W. I'm just going to throw that up there. Do we have it? It looks like there's a 5 here. Looks like we can get that to fly. Okay, so we got a little finisher. All right, you're looking for 5s to finish. But that would, I mean, this is got to be somehow tied to that. Sure. Well, this would have to be A, B, C there. So I've got A, B, C here. So A, B, C. Poof, I don't love it. C or W, X, Y. W. Can we get that as an X? Can we get a triangle there? A, B, C, D, E. I guess we can. Yeah, so let's go W. Oh, fuck. A, B, C, A, B, C, D, E, X. Fuck. Doesn't really look like a Y, does it? So we're going to have to do, can't really get an A in there, can I? Let's go to a 30. Looks like I've got to go W, X, Y, X, Z. All right, so we got the W, A, B, C. Here's the triangle. So we got to go, it's got to be a double. Come here. So W, A, B, C, D, E, X. Is there some other way I can get that? I want to go Y there, but it doesn't quite work. This would have to be the next X. So, C, who has a bitch? Okay, let's get this all labeled up. Tough one. A, B, C, D, E. Okay, that looks like that'll work. But this is a bit of a cluster. God, A, B, C. I can't say I love that. But we've already overlapped that X, so this starts to be a little problematic. Oh, You purists are going to give me shit here for that X going past that X. So we got to rethink that. Oh, this is a toughie. Can I get this into an ABC here? ABC. ABC. Fuck, that's a W all day. You can't get that into a 5, especially with that. Well, let's just check the line chart. A, B, C. You're stuck with it. W, X. I stumped the band here. I'm going to have to spend some more time on that. I want to finish that here, but it doesn't give it to me. I think the triangle is solid for the X. 1, I can't go 2. A, B. I'm going to, oh shit, how am I going to, I'll tell you what I'll do, because I'm going to have to spend some time on this. This one's not obvious. I will, to the member that requested this, I'm going to need some time on that. I have to work through it from the beginning. I don't want to get stuck here. I will post it with the TradingView chart when I get it done underneath the video. So if you circle back, I will have something, or if I can't get it for you, we'll kick that back to you. I can usually get it.
I know his Discord handle. So
oh, he's a member. Oh, for sure.
He's not. I've seen him in Discord. I know his name, and he used to be a member, so I can send it to him.
Okay, I'll do that because I'm gonna have to work through that, and I can get stuck here. Some of these sometimes they can take an hour. I can't quite get it, and I don't want to get bogged down here to bore everybody to death. Okay, so I will absolutely circle back to you on that once I've had more time with it. Okay, look, we had one more.
Yeah, and that one is Filecoin. I would use probably Coinbase. FIL.
Yeah.
Oh, he said Gemini. I guess Coinbase, Gemini, they're probably close. But he says looking at the $30 level.
Where's Gemini? There it is. All right. Do we need to be in log? I don't know that we need to be, but I would open it up a little bit here. All right, so just standard ops. Let's get the low wicked off. All right, we got an impulse there. Well, it's hard not to see this as a 3. All right, how do we not see that? Anybody want to guess what's there? I mean, somebody else requested that, right? So if this is a member, right, I'm assuming you already spot that. What would we have here? Golden corner. Oh, fuck. How are we not going A, B, C? Oh, I'd probably... I do this just for my own benefit here. I just kind of, all right, well, if we're coming down here, I might include some of all of that. So it looks like maybe this is coming into play a little bit over here. Tested again. Now, this is interesting. I said, remember, it's a correction, so we're looking for shift. Well, we're not to target yet, so we know. Well, you got a couple of wild cards here. Let me get that right on there. Come here. Fuck me. Come here. Okay. Just out of curiosity, out of log, I'm at a 38. Okay, so I think you got to, the range is so far, you got to do it in log scale. This looks like A, B, C, D, E. No, that wouldn't work. A, B, C, D, E. So A, B, C. So I can get a W here. So it looks like W. That's a bummer because that looks like an A. A, B. No, can't do that. What am I on, a 4 hour? I'm going to just plant that here. see if I can get something here. Jesus Christ. Okay. So it looks like that's another algo play. To and through. So this reasonable here. Oh my God, I can't say I love that X. What am I at a 4 hour? Let's go to a 1. See if we can make that X any better. Looks like, well, I can get a 5 here. Oh, fuck. Well, you're going to have to squeeze that in, right? So per what's come after that, I can't say I love it. But I would probably have to do it this way. A, B, C. This is a choppy little fucker. All right, let's go to a 2. Well, I can see why the requests. These are tough. 1, 2. That looks like it's a 50. We're going 1. Oh, it's a golden zone. So there's that target. So if that's a... Okay, so it looks like you could do it as a triple. So, well, come here. Do I have a triple on there? I don't. So let's go W, X, Y, X. We're looking for Z down here. A, B, C. Oh, fuck. You can probably do it either way. It's just straight double bottom at that target. A, B, C. It's not a great looking X, but it fits guidelines. A, B, C. Oh, fuck. Let's do it here. A, B, C. That doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like this has got more to go. A, B. Looks like C's. Looks like they have a good shot at getting that because there's the 3 and the B. Oh, what about 2 hour? Let's go to a 30-minute. Okay, so already that's a shit finish because that sure looks like a 3. There are times it's not going to be perfect. You can't expect it to be. I don't see a better way to deal with that, and it looks like it's an algo play again. It is, right? Second target. So could that be a 1, 2? Just makes me laugh. It's so consistent. So you understand why it stopped there. Okay, so that actually looked like the A. So that looks like it's another ABC here. That looks like a 5, 3, maybe, right? We ran into the algo. You have another golden. Now we're not looking for that to be corrective, so I'd be targeting any of these down here. So you got your 80% in play. So what's the trade here is the short. Now you are coming out of all of this. All right, so let's take this lower one off here just to make that point, right? So this consolidation here, if we had a volume profile on here, you'd really see it. Oh, well, oh no, what I got there? I got something else you gave me. Oh, it's the session. I see why. Okay, so let's hide that. Well, I would not be betting against that. Just looking, swing, retrace to a golden zone, median lines with a target. Why would somebody buy it there, right? What are they thinking? Well, clearly they don't know the algo's there, so that's the only reason they would buy it. They've already been faced. Okay, let's pull back out to a 4 and say, where is this going? Well, it'd be, I think, premature to be looking for the low here because this is just on its way to that target. That target kind of fits in with that range we drew earlier, right, which I just got rid of, right? This bit down here. So if we're coming down here, I don't think you're looking for longs. Now note here, we'd be hitting the algo target as we hit the lower parallel of the shift, and we'd be completing the WXY. I don't love that X, but oh fuck, is this a possibility here? ABC, could we do it this way? That's a better looking X. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A. So you end up in the same thing. There's the 3 into the B. A, B. Now we need 5 down. So that would change what we're getting actually a little bit there. 1, 2. Looks like that's 1, 2. I know that's getting a little hard to see, but looks like that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that to bring it down here. But we get down here, and with that confluence, I'd be interested down here. Now what? Well, here, let's just do it. Since we're here, I think this is our last one. Let's just tee it up, right? So we're really going to take the trade. If this is the 1, this is the 2, right? I'm anticipating the 3 right here, which would be a front run on that target. Now, what do we get here? Of course, you got to, what's the context? Do I get this, right? 3, 4, do I get something like that? Do I get my clear impulse there? Now, are we going to keep going? Well, nothing says we couldn't. We get our 4 here. You'd get your Z here. You'd get your C here. You'd get your 2 here. Or pardon me, your Z there. That's what it looks like it's teed up there. This being typical congestion corrective, it's certainly not impulsive. So one more push down would be what I'd be looking for. Again, so we're back to what is the market supposed to do, and what does it do? Well, right now I know I've got an 80% play, and I've got an algo that's looking for that target. I've got the Elliott count would support this, right? I can, oh, it's a little sloppy along the way. Oh, well, let's go from this X. It looks like we've got 1, 2, 3. This is a very triangle, 4, 5-ish. So there's our A. A, B, C. It's shallow for a B, but there it is. 1, 2. Well, this B could still be coming. This could be A, B. More. There'd be more there. I don't think you're ripe yet for sell. This is where you want to be down here at 26. Did he have he had a question about it? I can't remember.
No, just he was looking around the 30 level, $30 level.
Oh, that's not unreasonable. So that you'd be right. So well, you'd have to wait and see what do we get here, right? Are we starting in the 1? Well, think about that. Okay, so let's look at that. If you got in, where's the 30 level? Let's wick it off. Where's the? Let's get rid of this one. Now give me a line. Why the? Oh, is one of you guys have your line? Why am I not getting a line? Here, I'll do that one. I think the color. When I make copies, I always get you guys colored. So let's call that the 30. Okay, so why? Well, how would that make sense to get there? If this is a 2, which we cannot say for sure, right? We don't know. Nobody knows. It's right. I think that was right into a golden zone, right? So you know you have a sell side algo you're fighting. Well, here's the target here. There's 31. But would that make sense, right? So you'd be, if this is the A, and if that's the B, right? Down here at this degree, sure looks like a candidate. Oh, I suppose you could have a flat here. So you could have a 3. Maybe you're working the 3 here in the double bottom. So you'd have 3, 3. It doesn't quite work. I'd be looking for that down. So I'd be looking for the high probability zone, which is the 1618, right? So, and then what do I get here? Do I get 5? And if I get 5, okay, all right, do I want to assume, oh, I'm done and I'm not going to do the 4 and the 5? Oh, I think the bigger issue here would be what if we now we've just tapped it, doesn't mean it can't break, right? Note, where's the golden zone? Right in the lips of the Vegas wave, right? There's the 233, which is still above, right? So your bias would be lower, not to be trying to pick the turn. So if it blows up here, right? Let's just think about that. Well, what would you deduce there? I'll tell you what I would be thinking. Because it's really not. You'd be assuming that this algo is not going to get its target. You'd be assuming we're not going to get to that lower parallel. You'd be assuming that somehow we're starting out of here with that ugly 3 as a 1, 2, or this is going to turn into a 5. Well, you'd need another leg on this, right? So you got your 5. Okay, well now you'd be recounting this, and you'd have the Z in over here. Well, maybe we could rework that and get it to finish down here, WX. Oh, fuck. Maybe you're doing it like this. If this is WX, maybe you're going A or, fuck here. A, B, C. Okay, we got it. We could probably, finagle it that way. All right, so now I got a 3. I got another 3 into a double bottom. Well, I better get a really strong 5 out of this. For me to think all that other confluence, all that other technical confluence is going to miss all these targets, and we're just going to rip out of here. Well, okay, will the 233 flip? All right, it's probably going to have to be up about here before that 233 flips. So the bias, right? Just looking at, something simple like you even just think of it as the 200, right? Where are we with regards to the 200, right? Well, let's get above it before you start thinking about buys. Oh, you got clear resistance here you're going to have to deal with to get through that. You're going to have, look how many, okay, this is a lot of work for a bull to deal with. Okay, so first you're going to have to break this one. Okay, you're going to have to break that one. Then you're going to have to break that one. Then you're going to have to break that one. Then you're going to have to break that one. Then you're going to have to break that one. So for this to get out of here, this is a lot of work for a bull, right? You're going to have to get all the way up here to 75. So if it's going to do that, it's going to have to do it impulsively. So it's going to have to deal with all of this resistance. This is just brutal for a bull here. So you're going to need a 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you're going to have to break it, right, to get all the way back up here. And remember, just because this doesn't get there, if you got to that point, this is still, if it doesn't get its target, let's see, if we fail here, this is still active. It will still defend. All right, so even if you get all the way up here, well, you'd be hard pressed to be thinking, oh shit, it's all corrective, but there's still going to be algo resistance there. Doesn't matter, right? If it doesn't get its target, it's not like they go, oh, no, let's just turn it off. It would still be there defending. Lot of work for bulls to get through there. Be my view here. So this would be watch list, right? I love it down here. Love it here. Right, knowing I got all that algo resistance, all that structure, 233s, got to get underneath. I got all sorts of things that has to happen here. But the main thing is I got to get a retrace where I can get behind that algo. I got to get that. They'll probably look like that, right? So you can just give me that. Right here. Oh shit. Well, here that would be there. That looks like that'd be 100, right? So, right, if it goes past the 23.6, the next thing to check is this, right? Because there's the 100 right there. I check that. So now, what if I got that? What am I thinking there? Well, right, you're going to have some resistance there, just the structure. You'd have. Oh, you'd have broken everything, right? I think you'd have everybody broken here if that's the pivot. Nope, maybe not. You'd be right there at the golden zone, right? So if you got that, look where the 100 is, right in the golden zone. So I promise you there's going to be resistance. So if it's right there, okay, again, just not per se with regards to this particular setup, just any asset. If you got there and you start this, what are you thinking right there? 1, 2, right? If we pivot there, it's far enough. It would be, if it cleared that 100, you could have a 3. Well, how would you know? Is it A, B, C, or is it 1, 2? It could be 1, 2, 1, 2, right? We could come down lower, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, right? Because you're going to need a big 3 to finish that, right? If this is going to be 1, 2, I need a 1, 2, 3. So I don't want to be discouraging any Filecoin bulls. It's just recognize how much has to happen for this to get back up here to even revisit that pivot. lot, right? So bulls are going to have to be clearly in charge, right? Blowing through resistance along the way, because right here, if it's right, if it's right here, I don't know that I wouldn't be thinking if we start that, you'd have to be, oh shit, what do I want here? I'd be careful about, hey, A, B, C, 1, 2. Well, then you'd be back to W, X, Y, X, looking for the Z down here. All right, so this is not an easy road for Filecoin. I know this is a, who is it? Mark Cuban is a big bull on this. I think he's got, God knows what kind of size he's got in here, but I think I recall him being a big bull on this as one of his faves. So lots of interest in this project, but boy, has it got a lot of technical work to deal with to get back up and rolling. It's not what the market does, it's what it's supposed to do and doesn't. All right, so if we did that, we got right here, boy, does that look like a good impulse? It'd be, maybe, right? So some sort of a this is the key right here. We can't have the third be the shortest, so you got to get just there, retrace. Now, ideally, you wouldn't overlap, right? So you'd get that. If I can put that back together, we wouldn't overlap this 1, 2. Oh, it's just far enough, but that's not really the 3 you want. You want that 3 to get up here. Right, for the smaller 4. Oh, shit, I'm making a mess now. That's what you need. Lot of resistance to get through. But here would be so here's the trade. If it's A, B here, or 1, 2, either way, you want to be long there. So here's the next one I'd be watching for. Something to come up here, get back into all that structure, retrace, swing, retrace, golden zone, boom. All right, how we doing on time? Oh, just about right.
Yeah, doing pretty good.
Okay, so I got to come back to mana. Or no, was it mana? Yeah, it was mana to the dollar tether. That's the one that I couldn't get. All right, not the first time that I've been stumped, but I will get it for you. Okay, I think we wrap it there. Do we have? Is the promo over?
Ends today, so whatever midnight.
Yeah.
Time is,
so any guys, right? If anyone's been on the edge, well, you can find that over on our Twitter feed. Members, you all know where it is, right? So we're still doing those discounts through midnight tonight, and with that,
yeah. So it's 5 p.m. Central Time, so we got about 3 hours left.
Right. All right. If the educational doesn't float your boat, you've got good Elliott chops. Forget the social. That's, we think, very reasonable, because you're essentially getting access to every room, all the content, with the exception of the upper belts, right? So you still have the white belt. I mean, free members get that. But you can get exposed to all the channels, all the idea exchange that's going on there, and just get a feel for the community. I always tell you, right? Don't take my word, don't take Monty's word. Ask the other members how they're doing, how they like it. That's the best way to evaluate whether it's a good fit for you. All right, with that, I got some work to do on mana, and I guess we'll wrap there. Maybe grab a little lunch, and you guys tomorrow. You got Monty Crypto, right? So a different style, equally as effective. Right? And he's got a big following amongst the members, so he'll be on. You're on tomorrow, are you not?
Yeah,
yep.
Around noon.
Yeah, so he's on tomorrow. So look for that. If you use the bell on YouTube, don't miss it. And of course, we know the majority of people watch it after it's done. So with that, I wish you guys a good afternoon, good trading. Don't force a trade, right? If it's not there, you don't feel like you need to be doing something. All right, wait till you like it. Okay, guys, I wish you a good afternoon, and we'll see. I'll be back on Friday. You got Monty Crypto tomorrow. Okay, guys, take it easy.